So let's listen to our brother. Corruption is everywhere, but something is causing it. This is another confirmation. The Nigerian constitution, that 1999 Unitary constitutional arrangement, is a scam. You watch. Thank you.
See, if Nigerians are complacent and they will not stand up to immoral conduct, then we justify that particular conduct. It becomes a self-fulfilling prophecy. And quite sincerely, the judges too, they have part of the blame, but they don't have all the blame. The problem, I think, like the patriots pointed out a long time ago, is that Constitution, Decree 24 of 1999, is a diktat. It's a military diktat. Yes. It tells a lie against itself, what you are brandishing as the Constitution of Nigeria. It's an illegitimate instrument. Yes. There's nowhere where we all agreed that that would be
even though it begins with "we the people."
No, that's the lie that I'm talking about, and I'm not original here. The patriots have said it, okay, and Ben Wabose continues to say it. I mean, I attend meetings on the Black Table where Ben Wabose presides, and he will tell you that Constitution is a fraud. That we have to jettison it and do an autochthonous constitution for ourselves. So please let us recognize the limitations of the 1999 so-called constitution. We need a constitution which reflects the spirit of the age, which captures our imagination. And that's why I say acquiescence by the generality of the people is what has pretended to lend legitimacy to an otherwise illegitimate instrument.
Yep, we are talking about the 1999 Constitution because we are narrowing everything. Remember, on this platform, we're not here to lament. We will tell you what the problems are, put it where it's supposed to be, and then give you the solution. That's what we do. We don't come here to lament. We point out the problem, link it to the source of the problem, what we call root cause analysis. When you do root cause analysis, that means there's a problem. You now look at the root of it, and then begin to solve it. So we are now looking at why is the constitution a problem? Because sometimes people say, how, why? Explain it more. Are you taking it, my dear?
No, go ahead.
So one of the problems, one of the fundamental problems, this is why we say, Nina says that this thing, we have to go because it's a fraud, it's a scam. Section 6, subsection 6D. We'll tell you who wrote this at the end. Grants immunity to those responsible for past atrocities, including Babangida and his military class of 66. Prohibits Nigerian courts from entering questions or actions related to existing laws made on or after January 15th, 1966, effectively shields individuals from prosecution for their past actions. This is for those that are clapping wings and saying, yes, let's sue Babangida. Babangida needs to be sued. We have to sue him. We sue him. This is your constitution, the 1999 constitution. For the lawyers that went to school and used their school fees to eat akara. This is it here. You can't do what you're saying. I hear one Falana or Fulani lawyer, Sansan, telling the youths, we're going to sue. This is how they keep deceiving you. My dear, you can put the next one. This is how they keep deceiving our people. Telling them what does not exist. Another section of that evil document, section 6, subsection 6C, it says, restricts the courts from entertaining, okay, we read part of it, entertaining questions or proceedings related to the competence of authorities or persons who made laws on or after January 15th, 1966. It says, essentially chains the courts from examining the legitimacy or constitutionality of laws or actions taken by the military class of 66. Hey, they have won the court. They finish destroying you and war bulletproof and say, Odeshi, come and shoot. Nothing mega. You see what we're saying? The people that you call son will be telling you, yes, they're just wasting your time. We'll read again. It says, in summary, Section 6, subsection D, provides immunity to individuals for their past actions. Section 6, subsection 6C, restricts the courts from questioning the legitimacy of laws or actions taken by the military class of 66, including how they shared all the oil well in Niger Delta, including how Obasanjo carried all the lands of Yoruba people and named it Otafam, including everything that they did, even taking your wife and everything. You called, no court in Nigeria can entertain those things. They will not even listen to you. Have you seen what we're saying? So the writer continues, say, you should then conclude that the Nigerian Bar Association is another tool used by the government to oppress the poor masses and exonerate the very rich from being punished for crimes against the peoples of the geographical expression called Nigeria. This was by Dafe Enuma Esquire. Is a member of Nina's movement and a legal practitioner. These ones use their legal, the school fees to their law school. They use it to pay school fees. They didn't use it to eat akara. So we are saying 1999 Constitution, everything we're going to do is to pull it down. Because any other thing you're saying is a symptom of a particular disease. The disease, the taproot of the disease, the evil is 1999 Constitution. All your action, agitation, anger, and everything should be geared towards that Constitution. Now, Nigeria is in reins for imposing a unitary constitution on a federal union. Remedy is initiating immediate transitioning for constitutional reconstruction. This is by Tony Nadi Ninas. We told you that the church plays a role in all these things happening. Because now my sister is going to pull up another picture that we made just to tell you how complicit the church is. Now that we are shouting and people are crying, what are they doing? They are distracted as if they are living in another land, teaching you things that will not help you out of this hot hell that you have found yourself. This decay that we are shouting and screaming about, the church is in La La Land, having fun. They are in their own utopia, like they are in the Obasadha, concern them. Why? Because before they will be able to do what they will do, they sold you a scam, a lie, which is even unbiblical. That is why they are washing your brain and you can't wake up. Like, are you taking this? Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
I should go ahead. Okay. Most wanted imposter. Anywhere you see this thing, you see this white Jesus is unbiblical. Because we get to the root of what is happening to us. Something cannot be happening to us and we don't know why it's happening. We get to the root. This white Jesus you see, his companies are all the big churches in Nigeria and Africa. This white Jesus you're seeing, he has companies, business centers in Nigeria and Africa. Those are your churches. Church of Rome, the one you call Catholic Church, is the beginning. Church of England, Anglican. Evangelical churches, Pentecostal churches, all of them are together. They are connected in this business. This is the business of colonialism and neocolonialism. That's why as we are crying, they know they hear. I'm unavailable. I know they hear you. That is the song they're singing for us. The Bible describes a black Messiah, not white. Go and read it. Go to Revelation. You will see it. Even where he came from, where the Jesus that you heard the prophecy that there will be a Messiah is not white. So please return to your roots. Because when we tell people return to your root, they think we are telling them to go inside forest and go and start carving out some ugly things. That's not what we're saying. Return to your roots. Return to the God of your ancestors, the God of our ancestors. I keep telling our people, you see that Bible, our ancestors wrote it. The white man did not write it. The white man has no godliness in him to begin to write scriptures. Does he keep the scriptures that he's writing it for you? The scriptures were originally written by black people. The white colonialists stole them, translated them in English to use it for colonization. That's why we told you that religion is an institution built by men to use to manipulate people. It is not spirituality. And we keep telling you, go and read that Bible by yourselves. When you read the Bible by yourself, the beauty of it is that the ones that they introduced, you will know it. Anything you read, it doesn't make sense. Know that man has added it inside. For instance, the one they told you, if you slap here, turn the other cheek, so they'll slap you the other side. Does it make sense to you? So, you know that it was added. They had slave Bible, and that's part of what they brought to Africa. Removing the Messiah so that you don't understand. So reducing everything you're doing to faith and hope. Meanwhile, that is not what, if you read the scripture from Genesis, you follow it, you see how human beings took care of their problems by themselves. Of course, with some inspiration, because we are nothing by ourselves. There is a higher being that gives us wisdom, gives us understanding beyond what human beings. That's why it's called supernatural. My ancestors, it is not the Oyibo ancestor that told my ancestors that Ofo Onubu is edible, that you have to eat it this way. It's only now that discovering that bitter leaf can cure diabetes. It's only now that discovering that cocoyam can control menopause symptoms. We knew these things before because our ancestors knew them. Who told our ancestors? The God of our ancestors. Who gave us the land that we are living, full of resources? The God of our ancestors guided us to where it is. And we were able to help us until these ones, which the Bible also warned you. He said that the enemy is coming to kill, steal, and destroy. But the original Messiah, the black Jesus, he said he came to give you life. So if you don't have life, know that you have embraced the white man's Jesus. The white Jesus. That means you are worshiping idol. So you left the idol of black, the one that you carve with wood, and began to worship the idol of cement, the one they use cement to mold and paint with black, paint with different colors. Why are we saying this? Why is it important? You see, because you are not understanding this spiritual connection to your slavery, you are suffering from what we call Stockholm syndrome. That is, you'll be worshiping and hailing your slave masters without knowing. That's why it's important. Go back to your roots. Go back to the Jesus that frees you. His original name is Yeshua HaMashiach. Somebody will say, it doesn't matter his name. It doesn't matter his color. If it doesn't matter, why did they change it? Why was it changed? Why did they bring this idol to Africa? If there was no purpose, if it doesn't matter, it matters. Also, Soludo Game, Soludo, governor of Anambra State, help us. As you are driving those ones that are doing Okite, please help us pursue these foreign gods too. The one from Europe, the one from all the other lands. Because our God does not look like this. Our God doesn't even want us to make images. He wants us to connect with him inside the heart and begin to show kindness to our neighbors. all our omenani for us. I know some other people, they have their own. In Igbo land, we call it omenani. Code of conduct. The things you need to do to help your brother and your sister, your neighbor. Being kind to your husband, being kind to your wife, to your children, to your family member, showing kindness. That's why the Messiah, the original Messiah we're talking about, say that it's only 2 laws I'm giving you. Love your God and love your fellow human beings. Oti, finish. It's not all this brakata people are doing. Brakata. You won't sleep. You fasting, 20 days fasting. All these rituals you are doing it because you are worshiping idol. You are not connected to your maker. So all these things are tied to the suffering. Because when you are blind spiritually, you won't even see when somebody is tying you. But if you open your spiritual eyes, you will be able to recognize the bondage. So when we say 1999 Constitution is a bondage, if we say tithes and offering is a crime against you, it will make sense. So we told you about your pineal gland, which connects you to your spirituality. You see, all those things you're eating and listening to kill your spirituality. It dulls your spirituality, and you're not able to see what is tying you. If we say run, Okoko is coming, you will not hear because you're blind spiritually, you're deaf spiritually. So that's why your spirit is connected to your freedom. If you free yourself from your spirit man, there's no way anybody can hold you physically.